Okay.
Okay, so Silk, you ready to get started,
I'm
girl?
ready to get it started.
All right,
Yes.
now let's talk about these riots because it's not protesting.
No, this is no longer protesting. No.
These are riots. When you're burning down stuff, when you're burning the American flag, when you're beating out car windows and they have to arrest you, it is no longer about protesting. This is all about rioting.
That's exactly what
in
it is.
our country, which is very, very, very sad.
Yes.
And so I say, go ahead. You finna say
Well, I
something.
was going to say, what are you protesting about to be so angry? And when I took and I did my research and I looked at the different pictures, I'm like, first off, who's out there rioting?
Well, I see. Okay, go ahead.
I mean, who's out there rioting? Okay, because what I'm seeing, I don't see a lot of black folks out there rioting.
I don't see a lot of black people, but I do see a lot of Hispanic people, and I see a lot of white people.
Right.
And I see very few black people out there protesting. Now, let me just say this here, you all. I was sitting watching the Click News Network when all of this broke.
Right.
This is how this went down, because I couldn't believe it. All of a sudden, they started spinning the story that Hillary Clinton has the popular vote. Immediately after they said that, girl, breaking news, protesting around the country. So it's like all of this stuff was planned. This seemed like this was planned protest.
It was planned.
It started off as planned protest, and when the media keeps spinning it and playing
and showing it,
then more people go out there to protest.
First, let me say this, that no flag should be flown higher than the United States flag.
That's right.
Okay? And when I'm looking at these protests, I don't mean to offend anybody, but you know Diamond and Silk got to keep it real.
We got to keep it real because this got to stop.
This got to stop. But I see Mexicans, am I saying that right?
The Mexican flag?
What I'm seeing is these chants. It's a chant that they're saying.
What are they saying?
They're chanting and saying, people want to know who we are. So we tell them we are the people fighting for justice and liberty.
Well, then my thing is, okay, go ahead.
Wait.
Why did you fight for that in your own damn country? You can't. Wait a minute. Wait. That's just like me coming to your house.
Yeah.
I done went in your house.
Yes.
I've been eating your food, and now all of a sudden I feel like I got rice in your house.
In
your house.
In my house. You ain't even paying no bills.
I'm not even paying no bills. That's right. Huh? That's right.
And so I'm like, okay. Somebody done got some stuff twisted.
They got this all twisted.
Because how can you fight for justice over here in America when you're not even legally here?
And how can you fight for justice over here in America when you won't fight for those same damn rights in your own country?
And then,
go ahead, girl.
And then they're fighting for liberation. How can you fight for liberation over here in America when you won't even become legally here?
So that you can be liberated.
Woo! Girl, when I started, I'm like, what the hell's going on? And how the hell is it that people are able to walk on U.S. soil flying another flag in the U.S. streets?
Because our president let them get away with that. Obama, his silence speaks so louder. It speaks volumes when he's silent, because what is the hidden agenda?
What is it?
Are you trying to declare martial law? Because he should get out. And the reason why I say him, because he's the commander-in-chief. Ain't no sense of sending Hillary. They wouldn't even vote for her.
Right.
And the crazy thing is, a lot of these people didn't even vote for Hillary, but you mad that Trump won. Yes. You should have got your young behind out and went and voted.
Well, then I looked at, what's his name? Gary Johnson and Jill Stein. Gary Johnson had about 4,164,589 votes to come in for him. Jill Stein had 1,255,968 votes to come in for her. That's over 5 million votes. Well, if those 5 million votes, if any one of them that voted for them is marching in the street, then you got what you deserve. Because if you wanted Crooked Hillary to be president, then you should have voted for her.
You should have voted for her.
And not for no third party.
That's right.
Especially when you knew the third party was going to win.
And a lot of these people can't vote because they are illegal. And all Donald Trump is saying, you have to be legally.
So get your status right before you can start coming over here talking about you want justice and you want liberation, you got to first get your ass legal.
You got to be legal. That's right. Absolutely. And it's appalling. And I'm like, I'm not looking for. Somebody said, well, Hillary Clinton should speak out. No. They wouldn't even vote for her.
Right.
They don't have no respect for her. The president, because he is still the commander in chief, he is still in charge.
That's right.
He needs to speak out on this foolishness.
That's
Put some curfews in place.
Yes.
So people won't be destroying property and blocking traffic. Because listen, ain't nothing no more crazy and irritating. When you get off work, you try to get home to use the bathroom, and some more around us blocking traffic, talking about their freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is not destroying stuff and reaping havoc on other people.
And
that's not freedom of speech.
And you can't have no freedom of speech, and your ass ain't legal here in America.
That's right.
You don't get to speak nothing.
That's right. Your voice is silenced because of how you set it up.
Exactly.
You crossed the border illegal.
That's right.
You wouldn't become legal.
Right.
And you don't really have a voice until you become legal. That's how it is.
That's right.
I do not believe Donald J. Trump is going to tolerate this. Now, they're also saying on the news that Donald Trump supporters is spewing hatred and all of this here. Well, let me just say this right here. He may have a few out there that's acting ignorant, and I say to you all, stop it. I even tweeted out something. Do not get into a confrontation with these protesters.
That's right.
You're not going to win. You cannot talk to people that's yelling at you, that's screaming at you, that's calling you out of your name,
that's right,
that wants to beat you up. You can't talk to people like that.
No, you can't.
They got to be calm when you talk, okay?
Exactly.
So don't go put on your Make America Great hat again and your buttons, and you out there in the streets, and now we see you on the news.
That's right.
Number one.
Don't do that.
Number two. The KKK. Now, I heard the KKK is supposed to be doing some type of ceremony in North Carolina. These must be Democrats.
Okay.
You didn't vote for Donald J. Trump. Do not tie Donald J. Trump name to y'all foolishness.
That's right.
And if you did vote for Donald J. Trump, you're not on this train, baby.
That's right.
You can stay on your hate train.
That's right.
But you're not on this train because this is not what we do.
We don't do that over here.
We don't do that over here.
That's right.
So go somewhere and sit your ass down.
That's right.
Because you're not going to manipulate. You're not going to intimidate.
That's right.
You're not going to do any of that to antagonize any America with your hate.
That's right.
Another thing. The people on the left that's making up these stories, because it's come out.
This BS.
Yes, a lot of this here stuff that's happening where it's come out that some of this stuff wasn't even true. You had people on the left doing this stuff, making this stuff up. You need to stop blaming Donald Trump supporters for what you do.
That's
right. And the reason why I say that is because when Donald Trump was running, and at his rallies, you had all of these protests.
Yes.
And according to WikiLeaks, Clinton and her camp was behind this foolishness.
That's right.
And when I see that Obama don't speak out about this.
That's right.
Something is up. And this don't come out in the wash.
Something smells.
Who planned all of this? Watch what I tell you.
That's right.
Watch
for their own reasoning. For their own reasoning.
We are on the Trump train to unite our country.
That's right.
This is about unity for all Americans.
All Americans. Okay? That's right.
So these people with these little hate groups and going around reaping havoc.
Yes.
And trying to say these are Donald Trump supporters. You can stop that right now. Right. You can stop that.
And the ones in the street burning up American flag. That's right, the American flag.
And see, now we get to sit back and see who has been the great divider in our country.
That's right.
And who is destroying our country.
That's right.
That's why I tell, if you are a Trump supporter and you voted for him, do not go out there with those protesters and be back and forth.
But you know what, Diamond?
What,
I found a way that they can stop all of this so-called protesting.
What can they do, girl?
Call ICE. Call ICE and start deporting these people that is not even here legally. Yeah. Because you don't have a right to reap havoc in American streets.
And you don't have a right to burn the American flag.
Burn our flag, step on our flag. They don't have a right to do that.
You don't have a right to do that. And you need to give Donald Trump a chance.
That's right.
And I go back to the morning, and I hate to bring him up, Steve Harvey. When I heard him spewing hate.
Yes.
And then I cut on my TV and see that old ignorant Van Jones spewing hate.